Alright, we are back. We got this one here from Moore Brewing Company, and it is called To the Trees. So you can see right there, To the Trees. And we got an IPA with Amarillo, Centennial, CTZ, and Simcoe right on the bottom there. Good looking stuff. The pretty high profile hop bill there. Really like Amarillo. Simcoe's another big hitter. Centennial is one of those, big five C hops. And then I think CTZ is one that was an experimental that became a full-time. I could be wrong about that. CTZ is the one that I'm kind of iffy about. Lee, you got to fill me in. All right, so looks like it's from Huntley, Illinois. At least to my knowledge. Let's crack into it and see what this shit's all about. I do believe I've had Moore Brewing Company at least one other time. I was happy to find out when I got home. Well, when I was at work, I saw that my beers were delivered. And I was like, cool. So when I got home, first thing, I was kind of worried about them being delivered. They've done it before, but you're supposed to be 21 or over to sign for it. So I'm like, nobody's home. I'm at work. My wife's at work. How is it delivered? They have done it before though, because like me and the driver are kind of cool. And I was kind of skeptical about it. I came home and I didn't see my beers on the porch. We're going to be using my Kukri straight razor here with the Osiris Bladeworks scales. I'll finish my story in a second. I'm going to be using some Murphy and McNeil Magh Tured shaving soap sample. And this is in the Aeon base. So not Kodiak, Aeon. And this is based off Tom Ford's Oud Wood, which is really good shit. I've smelt it before in real life. And it's a popular one. Very nice scent. So anyways, back to the story. Says my beer was delivered, but when I got home, I didn't see it on the front porch. And so I kind of looked around the fence line, kind of by the gate, and I was like, where the hell is it? Did the guy try to do me a solid and, sign for me, leave the beer there? And, somebody saw him and took it, because there is kind of more theft on packages during the holidays. Or what happened, So I go inside and I'm thinking, well, maybe my wife came home at lunch and just by chance she caught him. You know what I mean? This is my Druida brush right here, and it has a Turn and Shave V3 badger knot in it. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of the old Ice Saber, the Menth dealer right here. Menthol crystals inside of a salt grinder, pepper grinder. Really cool format. Fucking love that thing. Haven't used it in a little while though. I've put it in a number of Shave of the Day videos, and totally forgot to use it once the camera started rolling. But that's what you're gonna get on this fucking channel. So, anyways, again, back to the story. Keeping you guys hanging here. I look inside. It's not inside. I'm thinking, maybe my wife's fucking with me. But at the same time, it was a pretty big order, so I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't ask her if she picked it up. Maybe I should just keep looking for it. So I went back outside, and I'm looking again around the perimeter. And my neighbor comes out, and he goes, you looking for your packages? And mind you, I like never talk to this guy. I have like a set of neighbors beside me that are kind of an older couple, and I talk to them fairly often, really nice people. And then I have a set of neighbors beside me that are a sort of younger set of guys. I think it's like two guys doing like a roommate type deal or something. I don't know, maybe they're family members. But I never talk to them. They're about my age, I'm assuming. And he says, you looking for your packages? He goes, I got them. And I'm like, okay. What the fuck's going on here, you know? And he told me that the driver actually knocked on their door and said, hey, these packages are for your neighbor, and if he doesn't get them delivered today, he won't get them till next week. And so my neighbor was like, sure. Signed for him, and then just kind of like waited for me to get home. And when he saw me come back outside that second time, he came over and hollered at me and gave me my packages. So happy to know that they weren't stolen. Kind of funny that he inquired my neighbor whether or not he wanted to sign for my packages for me. Not sure how legit that is, but at least now those neighbors got some brownie points with me. And I told him, I was like, dude, if you don't want to do that in the future, tell him no. You know what I mean? You don't got to do that for me. He said, no problem. No problem. So here we go. I have used the Aeon base before, and it is really nice. It's funny, I don't know how many soaps I have in the Aeon base from Murphy and McNeil. I think they're mostly in the Kodiak base, and then I have one in the Slante base. But the Aeon base is fantastic, and I've used it many times because I have many of these little sample soaps, and the sample soaps I think always come in the Aeon base, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong about that, but I think they almost always come in the Aeon base. And I've used a lot of these little samples, so pretty familiar with it. And I am a fan of it. It's a nice slick soap, and if you lather it up right, it will get you some decent density. I think now that I have more experience with the Kodiak base, I'm not so sure it's on par with the Kodiak base, but it is really good in its own right, and I wouldn't hesitate at all to pick up the Aeon base if they had a scent offering that I was interested in it. Like when Barbershop de los Muertos, that second batch, was announced, I was kind of under the impression that it might not be in Kodiak the second time around. Excuse me. And so I had already prepared myself for it being the Aeon base, and I was going to go full steam ahead as soon as they announced it being restocked, because the Aeon base is good shit too. Got a nice low menthol chill going on. Just nice entry level chill. Right where I like it. Didn't seem to do no damage to the soap base whatsoever, so that's good. Just add a little bit of moisture as I pull some of that soap back out of the beard. The beer, I didn't mention it much. Kinda, it's not hazy. Looks like a nice, clean IPA. It's got some good bitterness going on, so it's kind of a more traditional IPA. You get to really appreciate the hop character and profile when it comes in a format like this. The mouthfeel isn't as soft. It's more. This is one of those ones that the guys that don't like IPAs are scared of. This is one of those ones. This is what somebody, who can't really describe what they're tasting in beer would describe as, that's hoppy. But to me, I get a nice citrus, a nice pine. Doesn't really dive too much into the dank and resinous realm for me, but it's just like a nice citrus, nice pine character, and it's just really bright and crisp, refreshing. I like it. I just got a shit ton of soap for pass number 2 here. That'll do, fuck it. Kinda a little bit more high structure than the Kodiak base. Very smooth edge. This one has the Osiris Bladeworks edge on it. The fundraiser for Smiles for Miles Dad's passing, the GoFundMe rather, is still active. I know for me it was payday and I finally made a donation. If you guys, have been holding off for the same reason, I just wanted to give you a reminder that fundraiser is still going on. I know there has been a nice turnout and every little bit helps, so don't feel like your donation is small and insignificant, because any little bit helps, and I'm positive it will be appreciated. What am I doing with this funky ass grip? You ever just kind of go in, like I just did, go in for a stroke and you're realizing, what the fuck am I doing? This is not the grip you do here. That's what just happened. It's all good though. Yeah, I definitely am gonna say the Kodiak base is a notch better. I think I've had more time with both bases now, Haven't used Aeon in a while, but I had more experience with Aeon than the Kodiak. And now I've had a decent amount of experience with both. And I think I can say Kodiak is a notch better, at least to my preferences. They're both fantastic in their own right, but at least to my preferences, I think I can say I like Kodiak better. But Aeon is definitely high quality, and I wouldn't hesitate at all to pick up some Aeon if that's all that was available to me. I wouldn't hesitate whatsoever. Still got a nice cooling going on. Haven't had a menthol shave in a while. Mainly because of my, I forget to add the goddamn bougie chill mill. Even though it's sitting out, I have it out on the counter. I don't put it away. It's just when I get to talking and shit, I forget about it. I think we got a pretty nice shape though. Let me bust out the Lancaster so I can get this off. I was unsure what I was going to use today. I was going so hard there for so long with the mail calls. There's some shit, you know, that I haven't even, like, I had a backlog, you know, of unopened, unused product. And so I was like, well, I've got to crack into those sooner or later. So today I was going to use, you know, something that just came in hot off the mail truck, but I was gonna say no, use some of the 50 samples you got laying around that you haven't touched. That's probably for the best. So I got what we call mandated. We have, you know, non-scheduled weekdays at work. We have scheduled days and non-scheduled days. And we got what is called mandated to work, which is basically like gotta come in on your non-scheduled days, or you gotta stay longer than your scheduled shift. And this is something that management uses when they've exhausted all the overtime volunteers and they've exhausted all the temporary employees. They've maxed out their hours as well. And then you kind of start from the junior career employees to the more senior career employees. You start from the bottom, the mandates, and work your way up until you have enough to fulfill the service needs. We're going to be using Kituwah again tonight since I don't have a matching splash for Magh Tured. Anyways, long story short, I have Saturday, Sunday off now. I'm very junior on this tour. A lot of people that get on this tour, which is Tour 2, the second shift, which is kind of like the 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. type shift. A lot of people that get on this shift have been there a long time, like 10 years. And somehow the chips just fell in place that when this last job on the tour came out, for whatever reason, nobody bid on it. I don't know what the hell happened, but for whatever reason, nobody moved. And I was able to slide in, and I've been trying like time and time again when this one became available, and nobody moved, and so I got it, and I've only been there 5 years. But everybody else on that shift is like 10 years plus, 20 years, you know. And so when the time for mandates came around, I'm like the first name on that tour to come up. So I got mandated to work Saturday and Sunday, which means I'm basically just working straight through the week. And we're going to be working like a 12-day work week until next week's schedule comes out. And who knows, they might mand us Saturday, Sunday again, because Christmas is like our Super Bowl at the post office. So wish me luck. I might be one tired motherfucker on these videos as the week goes on, so just bear with me. Anyways, cheers. I hope you enjoyed this shave. Thank you for all the support, and I'll catch you on the next one.